Hey guys, welcome back to Comedy Trap House News. It's your boy Marvin Telp. See, I just needed a week. We back in it. And we're going to start with maybe the biggest news in black history. Ime Udoka, one of those, has been caught cheating on Nia Long. And we, as a black community, are devastated. Sir, you won. You had won. Like, if there was a lottery in life, you had won it. You were a B-list basketball player, C-list basketball player at best. Then you went and coached under Greg Popovich and they thought you was good, but we all know it was Pop. We all know it was Pop. And then somehow you got Nia, right? Hi, Miss Parker. No, sorry, wrong one. Hey. I can still see her vividly running in Friday right now. Vividly. Anyway, got caught cheating. Got caught cheating with, presumably, a white girl. He was in Boston. He didn't have that many options because we know what Boston really is. Boston is the Alabama of the North. And now, here's the crazy part. We think it was with the team travel planner, okay? Who also made plans to move Nia to Boston. You know how trifling an individual is to be on the phone?
Yeah, girl, what? All right, so we're going to get you on at 6 o'clock. All right, so you're going to land at 9. Man, she get here at 9. So we got, what time you get off? 7?
It's been reported as a consensual relationship, but for some reason, Ime is the only one that is getting suspended for the entire year. And then Boston came out and was like, we stand beside our women employees. And that's fine. This is a common thing that keeps happening in the black community. Black people are forgetting you're still black. No matter what your station in life is in America, they will always remind you you're still black. And they will treat you as such. And so Ime forgot who he was and where he was. And they reminded him. And speaking on the fact that they will make sure we know we're black, let's jump into Houston, Texas, where a solar panel salesman had jumped out the way. You know what? Let's just watch the clip.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, sorry to bother you. I'm Fernando. I work at Peak Energy. We're a few doors down. We're in 1845. Okay. So we do solar around here. We're just coming around talking to niggers. Sorry, dude. Neighbors. I apologize, man. No, man, that wasn't even...
I hadn't heard the hard ER since the show ER was on the air. That's the last time I've ever heard the hard ER. Like, that's some shit you gotta go find in like old video clips to hear. He was holding on to this word. He couldn't wait to enunciate every letter of this word. And then for a second I stopped and I felt bad, or at least I thought I felt bad, because if you look at his face at the end of it, you see him, he stands off on his side with his hands on his head. He did not mean that. Fernando did not mean that in this particular situation. He didn't mean to call him a nigger. He meant it though, because that's the only way I see it. That man opened the door and Fernando was like, niggers here. All right, keep it together. Don't call him a nigger. Hey, I'm here to work with all the niggers. Neighbors. I have never had a Freudian slip of a word that I don't use. I've never offered a white person tea and be like, hey, you want some honky in your tea? I mean, honey, I've never talked to a girl and been the first to say, I love you. That might be some other personal shit, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, Freudian slips don't happen if the word isn't there. Here's the most ironic part of this. He was selling solar panels. You are selling panels of the sun, talking to people of the sun. And something about our melanin you didn't like, but you definitely would try to sell those goddamn panels. Speaking of panels, NASA has just launched a shuttle into space. NASA has just thrown away $330 million. It is the Kirk Cousins contract of the NFL. Now, to be fair, Kirk Cousins is at least trying, but my God, he is a crash every time. So what NASA's done is they've launched a shuttle into space and they launched it into an asteroid. Why? Because we are finally starting to be concerned about space defense. We know, documented, there are 100+ asteroids that actually crosses Earth's orbit. And this is the first time we've sent some shit out there to try to knock it off its orbit. The problem is this asteroid was minding its own goddamn business, doing its own goddamn thing with an orbit not even bothered with Earth. Now, what if the asteroid gets pissed, minding its own goddamn business, and now we hit it, and it decides to take a hard left? Now what? Oh, we didn't mean that? Just dumb Earth shit. We won't even know if the $330 million project was effective for another 3 or 4 months, because it'll take that long to figure out if the orbit will change, which means we need a new program. Just like the Vikings need a new quarterback. At least in those 3 to 4 months, if we find out that this orbit is coming directly before us, we'll at least get to watch Rihanna at the Super Bowl halftime. And actually, that might be the biggest black news this week. Speaking of seasons, football seasons, but this is not the best transition, but we're here anyway. Midterm election season is upon us. We know this. I've said this a number of times. And the new big controversy coming from the Republican Party is that Democrats have been donating money to their advertisements for their extreme right-wing politicians. Like I said about DeSantis last week, this is brilliant. If you think a politician is crazy and all you want is other people to realize he's crazy, why would you not put his crazy ass message on TV? The Republicans are mad like, oh, they're doing this to sabotage us. No, I can't sabotage words that you say. You said it. You said it just like my man Fernando said to Hard ER. I don't care if you're mad that it's on air. You and your people are saying maybe it's time for some self-reflection, some party reflection, to go back into your party and to see what happens. Now again, all of this extreme right came from the Republican Tea Party with a little bit of honey in the Tea Party. All of the extreme messages, the abortion, all of these wild things that the extreme right side of the Republicans are doing, that's your words, your thoughts, and your actions. So yeah, maybe it's shitty that the Democrats aren't, fixing roads and doing all the things that the Democratic Party promises every time they come into election about making sure they take care of the people, because the Democratic Party is a piece of shit too. At least they're not saying the dumb shit. No hard ERs in Joe Biden's house, only an A. Speaking of A's, BOA, Bank of America, is now launching a program for a 0 down, no credit check home loan. And this is, of course, directed towards helping neighborhoods and communities that don't own their own land. So minority communities, poor white communities, this program is directed towards assisting them. And it sounds amazing, but there's always a catch, right? They're talking about a fixed interest rate, which is fantastic. The problem is the interest rate now is over 6%, which means a home that you would have been able to pay, let's say $300,000 would have only been $13,000. You're now going to pay $17,000 to $18,000 on that same home monthly. Okay, so it puts you in a higher per month payment for the same property that the interest rates would have been when they were much lower. So you have to think about, A, do I have the money and can I afford to pay this increased monthly payment? Of course, homes are a long-term gain. So maybe after you own the property for a while, you can refi for a lower percentage, and then you'll be able to start to get equity into your home. But immediately, you're out of that game. And that's the catch, right? The catch is when you go in, this is not a 5-year and I'm good. This is an investment in your future. Now, If you are looking for a home, by all means, and you can afford it, if you honestly can afford it, it's a program you should consider taking advantage of. If it's something where you're not sure what your income is, whether or not it's stable, do not do it, because what happens, and this is the benefit that no one else will see, it's the others. If these homes get foreclosed upon like they did in 2008, the people who buy them up are corporations, and then they fix them up and they put them back out on the market for an exorbitant rent price. You see these rent prices right now. They're out of fucking pocket. I'm still mad they haven't fixed my smoke detector yet, but that's no another thing we ain't got to talk about. Just saying, sometimes when things are too good to be true, make sure you do the research and follow up, because what we don't want to look at is in the next 3 to 5 years, a bunch of homes being foreclosed, credit scores being destroyed in the black community, and you guys, us, the community, are sitting there going, man, if we could only just get ahead, they just keep fucking us up. You know the game. I'm just letting you know. Don't be an ass. Be smart. Wait, we did it all? Oh shit. We done did it all. God damn it. That boy's on a roll. I just needed a week. 1 week. All y'all hating asses coming at me, talking about how I mispronounced shit and stuttered and whatever. I'm in it. Back in the pocket. Thank you for messing with Comedy Trap House News. It's your boy Marvin Telp. Peace. If you enjoy this show, make sure you check out the rest of the shows on the Comedy Trap House Network. Mayhem Hour, Mic Drop, and of course the OG, the Comedy Trap House Podcast. Also, follow your boy on Instagram. And again, if you like all things nerdom, anime, Marvel, MCU, etc., follow us at the Coolest Nerds You've Ever Met podcast. Thanks for spending time with us at Comedy Trap House News. It's your boy Marvin Telp. See you when we see you. Peace.